Hey, how are y'all this evening? Tell you what, I ran a minute behind, so I thought, well, I'm just going to turn it on, then I'm going to mount it. Yep, you know, me, Sharon, a minute late. Oops. Now then. All right. Gee. There we go. Maybe we're ready. Maybe I'm ready. You know what, I need to find myself on my laptop here. See if it'll act decent tonight. Maybe it will. We're going to give it a moment or two or three. See who shows up to join us this evening. Gee, I'm not straight. I can tell that. There I am. Hey, all right. Maybe that's straight somewhat. Hi, Sherry. How are you this evening? My mouth is not wanting to work right. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's probably tired. I've worked all weekend, so I'm a little on the tired side. Here I am. Over there. Got myself on my laptop. Ooh. Nope, that's not it. How funny I am. Okay, it's not going to show up, I don't think, tonight. Yep, there it is. Okay. Now, is everything going well with you? We need to chat. I need to see what else going on. Oh. I know you're getting your land cleared, so that means you're stepping ahead with building your home, which is awesome. That is awesome. Proud for you. Oops. I need to catch up with my team. I'm just so far behind. That's funny. I've just so much going on at work. We're short on employees. We call and get interviews set up and they don't show up, and it's just been, you know, kind of rough. Oh, that's so wonderful. Grandbabies are awesome. Our third great grandbaby is due in October, and it's a boy. His name is going to be Jackson Tice. And then in December, we will have some more great grandbabies. We don't know what they are yet. So, our great granddaughter from our daughter and son-in-law is the one that's expecting in October. And our sons, two of his three daughters are expecting in December. So, I think that's funny. They're expecting at the same time, about the same time period. So it's wonderful. We're super excited. Forest Fox. Oh, I like that name. Due in November. Wow. You know, babies are so wonderful. I love my grands. I love my great grands. I just love the youngins. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started. If somebody else comes, they can just join right in with us. So what we're going to be using tonight is I am using this Watercolor Shapes. I'm going to tell you what, I was so excited to get this. So excited to get this. These are so wonderful. Just look at them. Ooh, we're going to be using this circle. This is the only one I've used so far. I haven't had a chance because my order was supposed to come on Thursday and it came on Wednesday. And I didn't have very much time to play with it. And then with my work schedule, that was the only time I got to. So I've only gotten to play with the one. And then we're going to use Lighthearted Lines. I'm going to use Thanks for Lending an Ear and Keeping a Straight Face. So I'm going to use that one also. Oops, I already have it out and mounted. I forgot I had it out and mounted. I just didn't get this one out. I'm just going to slap it on a D block, and my sentiments on a D block. And we are going to use some of these wonderful blue adhesive back gems. I think they go great with this card. And of course, I'm doing dimensionals this week, and we're going to use these new wonderful dies. They're the, I'm not real sure how you pronounce this, Layering Diorama. Diorama? I'm not real sure. Anyway, dies. Are they not awesome? I love them. These are just wonderful. I think they are so, oh man, this, I'm going to use the second from the smallest for this. And we are going to use every one of our new in colors. Our soft succulent polishing pink, pale papaya, fresh freesia, and I'm going to do some inking an edge with this evening evergreen. Loving the new in colors. And of course, I'm going to do my sentiment in our tuxedo black. So we're going to start out with our base, and it's our basic white. It's A2 size, 8.5 by 5.5. I've got it scored at 4 1/4. Yes, you do. You need all of the new colors. You need all the new colors, all the new inks, all of the new cardstocks, all of the new. Yeah, I'm for all of the new, all of the new. Tell you what, I've already done 2 orders, and I've already got a 3rd one started. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. Okay, we have a medium basic white envelope we're going to use. We're using some Smoky Slate. I cut the Smoky Slate at, it's cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and that's going to go first. Then I have 2 pieces of basic white, and these are cut at 5 3/16 by 3 5/16. And these are going to go on the front and on the inside. I have a piece of basic white that I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. Then we're going to die cut it out with our shape. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 2 3/4, and that's what our inside sentiment is going to go on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use these 2 basic white sheets pieces. Anyway, that's what we're going to use. We're going to stamp on those, and we're going to stamp on those in the fresh freesia, the pale papaya, the polished pink, and the soft succulent. And we're going to stamp circles on them. Yes, circles. Now, every one of these are not going to be the same. I do not even have these in the order that I did my first card. So I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just going to stamp them. Hey, Debbie. Let me tell you what we're doing. We are using watercolor shapes. I'm going to use the circle. It's on a D block. And Lighthearted Lines, I'm using Thanks for Lending an Ear and Keeping a Straight Face. I am using one of these awesome, I think I'm pronouncing this right, Layering Diorama Dies. Oh man, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And some dimensionals and some blue adhesive backed gems. So, and we're using Smoky Slate as a layer, and basic white. And right now we're going to stamp circles. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I love this. You know, my order was not supposed to come in until last Thursday, and it came in early on Wednesday afternoon. I was so excited, so I had a few minutes, well, probably a little more than a few minutes, but not as long as I would have liked, to play with some of my new stamp sets. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, I'm stamping the inside one and the front one, and look at me, I have got this all over that. We're going to flip this over. I know how I did it. Never mind. I was going to say, how in the world did I do that? But I know how I did it. Yes, I know exactly how I did it. I put my finger in it. That's sort of how I did it. Okay. Like I said, this is not going to even be in the same order as my first card. So, the colors stamped on here. But this didn't take too awful long. And, let's see. And you don't have to stamp them in any certain way. That's the beauty of this. And it overlap. I don't care if they overlap. I think that is wonderful. I love how it's overlapping. You know what I'm saying? I love this. Yeah. Yep. Then we're going to come down here with the soft succulent. And we're going to put soft succulent right down here. Look at this. I know, you think, just stamp the colors, but I don't, you know, I want to get them where I want them to go. So that's why I'm stamping, cleaning, stamping, cleaning, you know. Because I want to make sure I get them where I want them to be. So. Now, I'm going to do some in the middle, like this, and look at what I just did. I'm going to leave it, I'm going to leave it, I'm going to leave it. I can always put that on the inside of my card. Okay. This is going to be really somewhat different from my first one, because I only put 2 in the middle of the first one, but I had my colors a little bit closer together. I'm going to just stamp part of it, because I'm just going to do like that, or just ink part of it rather. I don't even know what I'm saying. Tell you, my mouth has got a mind of its own today. It just doesn't want to talk right. I'm so tired. Oh, you know. Okay, I'm going to close these up, except for, which one was my next color, is my pale papaya, because I'm going to use that on our envelope really quick. And I know, Debbie, you're thinking, oh, that's just for the colors. Hi, Barb. How are you? Glad you're here. Yay. But, I am going to use my Evening Evergreen to do some edge inking. And let me have my envelope. I'm sure what I'm doing with my envelope. Whoops, I know what I did, but I've totally forgot. I should not have done this. Let me lay these back out. Shish kebab, Sharon. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Totally forgot what I was doing, I guess. I got to ink up my envelope. Okay. Now, this is so fun. Watch this. I'm going to ink up this flap on this envelope. Now, I have to be a little more careful with this. It's a little bit You don't want to get as wild with it as you do. Look at there. Oops. I messed that up, didn't I? That's okay. We're going to come in here with this. I'm going to come in here with this. And we're going to do that. We're going to cover that boo-boo up. You know, you can always fix your boo-boos. Always fix them with something or another. Look at there. Now, we're going to close our envelope flap here. And I'm going to crease it really good. I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to start back here like this. And the only thing is see, I'm this here. Let me get my Post-it note. I love Post-it notes. They come in handy for so many things. Okay. Now we're going to hold that down. We're going to Post-it note it right there like that. Now then, I'm going to do here. That overlaps, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. The same colors, you know. Now then, we're going to come over here, and we're going to do the same thing right here. And we're going to do our pink. Look at there. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to scoot that out of my way. Come like that. Now, then I'm going to chuck. I'm going to flip it over and look there. I got this on here from this. Doggone it. But you know what? I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to scoot these up. I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to come down in the corner here. That way the front has got some similance to the back. Then what I'm going to do is, I've never done this before. Look at what I just did. And I am going to come right here, and I'm going to stamp just like this, and that covers it up. Now, who says you can't have something on your envelope in more than one place? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Do that right there. And I'm going to flip it over. Okay, look there where it came through. Let me give me a baby wipe. I have made a total mess of myself tonight. I have made a mess of my project, and I have made a mess of myself, but it shows that you can fix it. You can cover it up, you know. So, and that looks pretty cool like that, doesn't it? I can always scoot my stamp over this away. The only thing is when they postmark it, they're probably going to mess it up. But, you know, that's still going to be okay. I like it. I like it anyway. And who says I'm going to mail it? I may not even mail this card. I may hand it to someone. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Here's our top layers. And now, this is not going to come off on our stuff because it was stamped on the other side. I can clean my countertop off. I can see it a little bit there, but I'm okay with that too. All right, we're going to take our Memento Tuxedo Black, and we are going to stamp our sentiment. And what I'm going to do is, I don't want this in keeping a straight face on here. I am going to ink it up because I know about where it's at. I can ink it up and just ink up the top. And I'm thinking, I'm not saying for sure, but my thoughts are, is they probably put this space in here far enough that you could do this. and not have it all in one stamp. Okay, I know that's crooked. Excuse me, that's okay. We're going to die cut it out, so I'm not worried about that. Make sure I got all of this off of this top, because I'm going to take and I'm going to turn it upside down, and I am going to ink up just the bottom sentiment part of it. And I've got it right there. Let me get me a towel here. Clean that right there off. And I am going to move that out of my way before I end up with black on me with everything else. And let me make sure this is right. Yep, that is what I wanted. Okay. Gee, the way my mind's been working this weekend, I'm not real sure. Here or there. And now we're going to just line this up. And I'm sorry if my noggy's in the way, but now I'm going to stamp it down. All right. Ta-da! See, I love how they did this. I love how they made this stamp that could do that. You know? That is super. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Now then, we're going to move this out of the way because our mini cutting machine does not care for anything that's slippery underneath it. She does not like it. Okay, now I'll take this and I'm going to tell you what, I did not line my other one up really, really well, and I realized that after the fact, but I thought, you know, it's okay, I'll be all right with it. So I'm going to try and line this one up a little better and it be a little more straighter. But if it's not, I'm not going to sweat that either, because I just love this so much. I love this card. I just love this card. I may have to make some more with different sentiments on it. So, I want to show you. Look how that cuts that out. Is that not wonderful? It fits perfect. It's like it was made for this sentiment. I just think it was just perfectly made for it. Now then, pull this back over. I have a sponge dauber, and I'm going to use it in my Evening Evergreen, our 5th color. This way I am using every new color we have tonight, and I'm going to smidge off as much as I can and still have some, because I don't want it super dark, but I don't want it super light, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to give it such a distinct separation and dimension, especially when I'm going to use dimensionals, to go on the front of this card. Now then, I want to do the inside too. That way, I've got something else that matches, that goes with it. And I'm just going to sponge this up. You know, I don't do this a lot. I used to do it all the time when I was using other things to make cards with. And when I got into just strictly stamping, I got where I just didn't do this as much, and I don't know why. To me, I get carried away. As you can see, I get carried away, and it looks like I'm trying to just color the whole thing Evening Evergreen with a sponge dauber. But anyway, that's just me. Okay, mine are still a little tight. Some of them are, and I still have a little time to get them. Of course, with arthritis in my fingers, it kind of hinders it some too, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Now then, I'm going to get rid of this because it's all covered and yucky, and we'll be okay with just the countertop. Let me rub my hand on it, make sure nothing's going to come up. There's nothing on here. Okay. It might be a little bit, but I'll wash this down anyway. So, All right. We're going to get our liquid glue, and we're going to put our Smoky Slate layer on here. And now, you know, I threw that down there, and so if it drips and gets glue on my countertop, I ain't worried about it because it'll come right off. That's one of the things I love about this countertop. You know, I wouldn't mind having this countertop in my kitchen. I think I'd like it better than what I've got because it's dark and it doesn't show the stains like what I've got does. But, you know. I don't know if Johnny would let me swap out my countertop in the kitchen. They'd have to cut it and everything because I don't need one this big. Because this one goes not quite the width of my room here. So, anyways, get this as straight as I can. Scooch it down just a little. That's what I love about the liquid glue, because I can scooch when I mess it up. Alright, now then, we're going to go ahead and put our sentiment on the inside. Here, like this. Look at there. Is that not wonderful? I love it. Wait a minute. Wrong. I have to put this in here first. Da-da-da. See, I knew I'd do something silly. Let's put this down first. What did I make it for if I'm not going to use it? Now then. Okay. Getting that even. Well, I'm not going to get it even like that either. Okay. Alrighty. That doesn't look too bad. Alright. I'm just going to put just a smidgen more glue on here. Oopsie, I about did it upside down. Look there. Does that not look awesome? It's them circles. Alright, now we're going to put this one on the front. I love that there's two sides of all this. Tell this. That way we can just flip and use the other side if we mess up. Just like I did with these. Alright, now, that's all we need the liquid glue for. Now we're going to get our dimensionals. And we're going to pop our sentiment for the front up. Whoopsie. Just like this. I love my dimensionals. I use too many, I know. But I don't care. La, la, la. Now, we're going to use our Take Your Pick tool. We're going to pull them backings off. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can get this straighter than I did the first one. Look at that. Now, thank you, Barb. Thank you, Sherry. Is that not just go and you just see? Thanks for lending an ear. I love it. All right, let's get our gems here, and we're going to put some of these on there, and we're going to use the blue ones here. We're not going to use these funky colors here. I'm not sure what color you call those. But anyway, I'm going to use these. Whoopsie. I got that in the middle, so I don't want it there. We'll do this one about right here. We're going to do this one right over here. And then we're going to put us one on the inside. If I can get it off. And we're going to set it about right there. There we are. Look at there. 32 minutes. Didn't take long at all. Is this not adorable? I love this card. I just love this stamp set. I love these dies. I mean, this is just awesome to me. I just, here's the other one. See, I didn't get it. I didn't get my die straight, and so it's crooked-ated, but I got this one pretty straight. So anyway, I don't care. I love them both. I love them both. And see, and I did the envelope, and then I did it in the papaya there, and this one, look at that. It's you know, nobody can miss this in the mail. You get this in your mailbox, you can't miss it. You can't say, it got lost in the mailbox. It jumps out and says, here I am. So, guys, that's it for this week. I am so glad y'all came. Okay, this is, Barb, it's the watercolor shapes. I used the circle. I'm off tomorrow and Wednesday because I worked yesterday. So I'm going to play with some of these other shapes. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But I used the circle for this one. Then I used the Lighthearted Lines for the sentiment. Thanks for lending an ear and keeping a straight face. And then I used these awesome layering, I think you pronounce it diorama or diorama, something, diorama dies. Look at them. Are these not awesome? I used the second to the smallest, and goes in here somehow. and I just love them. I just love them. Look at these big ones. These big ones are huge. You know, these would be awesome for scrapbooking. Or you could use part of it. You don't have to use the whole thing. You could use part of it. Like, let me get something here. And I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock here. You know, you could go and you could just cut part of it and not use the whole thing that way, or you could use this side. You could do that with any of these. I'm thinking, you could probably even do that with these smaller ones. You know, you don't even have to cut the whole thing. Just do it right closer to the edge of your cardstock. And yes, you better go and look through your book again. Now, these are not with a stamp set. These are back in the back with the die cuts. They are on page, because it's a separate thing. Let's see. I love these tailor-made dies. They're not matched up with the stamp set either. I have those. They are, let me find them. They're right down here at the bottom, right-hand side of 163. Right there. They are so totally awesome. And Lighthearted Lines is on page 31. And then Watercolor Shapes is on page 102. Hey, Debbie. We got through. Look at the cards. I was just telling Barb where she could find the dies and the stamp sets in the catalog. She said she missed them the first go through. You know, it's kind of like Sarah's live she did the other day when she talked about missing stamp sets, and she went back through and found something. I can't even remember now what it was. I think it was something I went and saw and said, man, I missed that too. And I've got it on my next order. Because, yeah, I got a third order already in my ready. I've got some more stuff I want to order, so I haven't ordered it yet. But anyway. Oh, yes. That's right, Sherry. That's right. Page 12. Let's take a gander at that. Yes, like they did for the window for the fish. Like you're looking into an aquarium, and this is the back. Yes, and I got this set. I have got to play with this set tomorrow. What I really want to play with is this starfish. Or not this starfish, but this seahorse. You know what? When I was a little girl, having an aunt and uncle, he's gone now, but when I was in probably in early elementary school. Anyway, they had an aquarium and they had seahorses, and I was so fascinated by them. So I was excited when I saw this die with this set, and I cannot wait to use it. So that's probably something I'm going to play with tomorrow. I am just so excited. I have got so much new that I bought. I showed Johnny, and Johnny just looks and he shakes his head and he goes on. But put it in order when we get back from vacation. Oh, Barb, wonderful. I'm not getting vacation till, I think I'm taking my vacation July the 18th through the 25th. It's going to be a staycation. We probably won't go anywhere. I never can get Johnny to go anywhere because he doesn't like to leave the dogs, and especially Angel. She is totally blind and deaf now, and she'll be 17 soon, and it would just kill us if something happened to her while we were gone somewhere. So we're going to do a staycation, and I've got plans for it. I'm going to clean out my crafty room and not put back as much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got piled up stuff in here. It's almost like half of it's a junky room. Well, Barb, we have 2 basset hounds and a chihuahua. Angel is our chihuahua. She's the one that's almost 17. And it would freak her out to get in the car and not be able to see where she's going and be somewhere she's not used to being. Because she's just a little old lady. Our 2 others are basset hounds, so and I just don't know about taking them on vacation anywhere and trying to find any place that would let us have them in the room. Probably not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, and they are inside dogs. They're not outside dogs. So, so there's no chance of us taking them anywhere with us like that. And, you know, it'd be pretty neat if we had a travel home, you know. So, but we don't. And probably won't never get one. But anyway. But, I had to work yesterday, so I missed. Oh, that's awesome. Will they let you have dogs? I'm wondering, you know, that might be a good question if we rented a cabin somewhere and see if they'd let us take our dogs with us. That's a good idea. I never thought about something like that, Barb. Might be something I can talk Johnny into if they'll let us. But anyway, as I was going to say, since I worked yesterday morning, I didn't go to church yesterday morning. I went last night because I left work, went straight to church before we came home. But yesterday morning, since I had been doing my Sunday school class on Messenger, the Sundays I'm working, I'm still doing it on Messenger since I'm not in the classroom. And yesterday we talked about David and Goliath, and David facing his giant and with a sling and a stone, but he wasn't alone because God was with him. And that's like us when we face our giants. You know, anything that we have to face, whether it's a problem or a health issue or a wayward child or anything like that, that's a giant for us. And God supplies us our sling and our stone. And he's right there with us as we slay our giants and we take on these problems and we take care of them with him and his help. So just remember, God's right there with you with any giant that you may be facing, and he will help you slay that giant with your sling and your stone or your sword or your bow and arrow or your shield. God supplies all of our armor. We need to put it on every day. Guys, I plan on being back here next Monday evening at 7 Central again. And I will have something new to show y'all. I'm not sure what. I know I said I'm going to play with Seascape some tomorrow. So I've got tomorrow and Wednesday to play. And I'm going to come up with some things because I bought some awesome stamp sets and dies and everything, and I'm really excited to get to playing with all of this stuff. I just don't know what to play with first. You know what I'm saying? When you get some new things, you have to decide what you want to play with first. So tomorrow's going to be Seascape. So y'all have an awesome evening. Having a wonderful week. Just get in your crafty space, your crafty room, wherever, and create. And I'd love to see what you create. I love you guys. I thank y'all for coming by and spending this little bit of time with me. And yes, Barb, thanks be to God. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here, and we sure wouldn't be worth nothing, would we? I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves. And I will see y'all next Monday, good Lord willing.